main objectives and goals is that to position Malaysia as one of the main sourcing platform for the Southeast Asia region for medical devices and pharmaceutical services as well. At the same time, to also to help Malaysian companies to actually put themselves on the global map on how effective our products are, what is our health services, to put Malaysia on top of that on the global map to attract investors, at the same time to invest in our country. Not just that, also to make sure that people actually know Malaysia in terms of the healthcare industry. This year itself is going to be the 24th year itself, and of course Cube Integrate Malaysia being the event organizer itself, when we only took over the event since last year. So some of the key highlights and key things that we actually done is that we actually rebrand the whole show, because previously for the past 23 years itself, right, the show has always been focused on more international exhibitors to come in to invest in Malaysia. At the same time, what we actually do is that we rebrand it. We have a completely new website, a new logo. At the same time, we're trying to increase more Malaysian participants as well. Some of the things that we actually what we actually do is that we have introduced new elements into 2024. For example, for the first time itself, we have customized business matching, where we work together with our Malaysian External Trade Corporation Matrade to bring in international buyers to come to Malaysia to interact with our exhibitors, our Malaysian exhibitors and Malaysian companies, so to make sure that they have businesses. And as an additional initiative as an organizer, what we actually do is that we extended the buyer's stay so they can actually mingle around and interact with also our international exhibitors. At the same time, proving the point that to come into Malaysia to be an exhibitor, to use Malaysia as the main sourcing platform in the medical and pharmaceutical industry. Just to highlight some of our very fruitful meetings that we actually received from our buyers and sellers, INSP program that's carried out by Matrade together with the Malaysian companies, we have actually closed on day one itself near to up to 30 million Malaysian ringgit of potential sales investment. And on day two itself, we actually have a potential sales of about 100 million Malaysian ringgit in terms of the business volume. So I would say that these key highlight features of this customized pairing itself that we actually introduced, it not just only benefits our local, but also benefits all our exhibitors themselves. And we hope that, in terms of that, it will turn fruitful. Next of the key highlights that we actually introduced this year is actually a knowledge sharing forum by industry leaders itself, because as an organizer, we feel that content itself also just brings in more highlights to the show. What we actually do is that an exhibition doesn't mean that it always have to be very trade and business oriented. I think a significant knowledge sharing session in the industry actually does not just contribute towards the exhibition itself, but also to the industry itself. So for example, for this year itself, we managed to work together very closely with our Malaysian a lot of associations from the medical industry in Malaysia. For example, we work with MPS, the Malaysian Pharmacy Society, we work with APHM, the Malaysian Association of Private Hospital Malaysia, with Master University, with our Medical Device Authority, the MPRA, and of course with Matrade. And together we also have a panel forum session by our neighbouring countries, Department of with Thailand, which is chaired by the Department of International Trade in Malaysia. So what we actually do here is that we create content where not just on top of medical physiology, but we will talk about medical and pharmaceutical business technology here, what is going on in the health industry, what is going on in the medical device and pharmaceutical services, to provide our visitors not just on business opportunity, but what are the cutting edge information and technology that's revolving around in Malaysia and also in our neighboring countries as well, and of course in the world, with Matrade being a speaker to talk about the health industry in the region itself, what is the health market needs and all these things. So we feel that these two key highlights that we actually introduced this year does benefit our exhibitors, and not just that, our visitors as well. So to make SEACare itself a calendar-worthy event of every year itself, so that people actually want to know more about the latest cutting-edge technology, they can come here to visit our exhibitors. They want to know more about information and knowledge, they can come to our forums and our conference sessions. Yeah. So looking forward for 2025, as we know that next year itself is going to be our 25th anniversary for SEACare. I think in terms of the countries that participate, some of the things that, number one, I think is the country of participation. We hope that we can actually garner more international participation from our neighboring countries, so to also tally back to our vision to to make Malaysia the premium sourcing hub from Southeast Asia itself. Next thing also in terms of the buyers itself, because this year we managed to actually only get 8 buyers from international, I think due to the holiday season, but next year itself we aim to maybe double up the features so that we can actually generate more sales for our local and international exhibitors. And of course, some of the key aspects that we think that we should grow is our forum and our knowledge sharing hub. So in terms of that, we are moving forward. We are actually working together after this 3 days conference. We're going to talk to maybe APA Sham, of course, MPS as well, to see how can we actually collaborate more. And actually, I did have a talk with just now with Malaysia, the Medical Device Authority, to see how we can actually do some sort of collaboration in the future for 2025. So to bring in more content for our visitors, to also bring in more content and quality visitors for our exhibitors as well. And in the meantime, hope to bring in more investments opportunity in Malaysia to grow our economy as well. That's on a bigger scale. Yes. Yeah, so this is something that we can actually look forward to. We are also trying to see if, let's say, we have a bigger venue to actually cater more activities, because I did receive a lot of feedbacks as well in terms of our programs and stuff. And I think last but not least is also on the accreditation. So this year itself, we actually managed to have 3 accreditation body, which is for the doctors, the pharmacists, and also the dentists, so that they're able to claim their professional development points. But we do receive feedbacks that nurses, the nursing community as well, that they are interested to actually do some sort of accreditation. So our team has been working towards it. We've received the feedback, and I've actually asked my team to actually look into it, maybe to bring in more other clusters and other classes from the medical community to look into it, to see whether do we have any kind of new accreditation to be done for everyone. Because like we said, we are not trying to look into a specific group itself, but we're trying to look into as a whole in terms of the healthcare industry. Yeah. So at the moment, actually, we are in our first phase of the date for next year. It will be on the 21st to 23rd of April 2025, right? I think a month after our Eid holidays, the Raya holidays as well. So everyone is like ready to do business and to do some sort to how would I say it, to move forward to the next quarter of the year of 2025. In terms of the venue itself, at the moment we are in the phase of talking to KLCC, and we have actually locked 1 hall itself. We're hoping to actually talk to KLCC to take up more halls itself. We're actually open for bookings at the moment, and if the thing we're looking into early bird discounts as well. So do stay tuned forward to come over. And at the moment we have received a lot of inquiries after these 2 days to lock in the date, lock in the venue for next year. Yeah, look forward to seeing you guys in 2025.